Hello and welcome to post-game reaction with a driving maul to the Wallabies versus Springboks at Suncorp Stadium. So first up, congratulations to the Wallabies on their first victory of the year, 23-17 over the Springboks. Early on, I suppose the Springboks got away with a couple of nice early tries, but they were both from sort of turnover ball or broken play balls, whereas all the way through this game, the Wallabies' tries came from being in the opposition 22, working through the phases, and actually getting over. So much more sort of constructed tries. The Springboks really struggled to break down the Wallabies' defence. Yeah, they were much more up for it this week than the last couple of weeks. They were much more energy in tackling, and they were much more able to stop the Springboks on the game line rather than missing the tackles and having players swarming through them the whole time. So clearly they've worked hard on that and have got their attitude in place for that kind of play. The Springboks, this game just did not have the pace of the All Blacks versus Pumas. It was much slower, and the Springboks definitely did slow the game down at times with a one-out play. You again still wonder if all the players are on the same page and they do know what the game plan is. They just don't seem to. It just seems to be disjointed. They'll play one way for a bit and then they'll switch and come back to the other. Whereas, unlike when the Pumas were varying their style, varying their attack, it seems to be blocks of this, then blocks of that, rather than switching it around play by play. It doesn't feel like they know really what they're doing. The Wallabies, yes, hair and scare and stuff from both sides at times, but it was much more grinded out from the Wallabies. Their scrum was back up there. The line out, well, that was still had some crazy moments. And luckily for Stephen Moore, the most crazy one wasn't when he was on the pitch. But yes, their scrum was much better this tonight, and was in fact was stronger than the box scrum, which is not what you would originally say would be the norm. But it wasn't their attack again. Cooper did okay, and he wasn't making the crazy decisions. His decision maker was much better. They weren't fluid on attack, but they were definitely more cutting than the Springboks. So you're to worry for the Springboks next weekend as they come over to New Zealand. You can only see quite a big score being racked up against them on that one. And the Wallabies versus the Pumas is looking really interesting. That defence is going to take some breaking down, but the Pumas have it in them, I think, to do that. But at home, I would definitely back them away. It's going to be a much closer and tighter affair. So definitely another good game in Australia next week, and an intriguing game. The one over here in New Zealand, well, I think there's only one way that's going to go, having seen the Springboks tonight. Hope you enjoyed the game, and catch you all later.